Hey everyone, today it's the update for today, April the 17th of 2026. Before I begin, t today, the 17th of April, would have been the day. I began all these videos back on the 27th of September, and the reason I did is I knew I was going to be going into probably a several month period of just fairly difficult time, where I was going to be doing a lot of things with and for my parents over a time period. The goal being that supporting dad while mom was getting her medical stuff that she needed to get done. And the of course, during this time, we had to have dad in one of these assisted living places, and the goal was from the time, and I think it was the 3rd of November, where dad was put there, that we were going to get him home. This would have been the day. If we had succeeded, it would have been today. You're close. They're close. All right. So, let's see. Last night, if you go back and look at my previous video, I used the clock location. I have a position where I film some of these videos that's right in front of a massive clock. As a matter of fact, I'm actually staring right at the clock right now. I'm just turning the other way from it, like right there. And if you looked at my video from yesterday, the clock was showing almost midnight as I was in the video. And well, I worked in the accounting office this morning, and that was a 5 a.m. shift. I ended up with like 3 hours of sleep. Now, this wasn't an instance where I was up all night filming videos. That was like 15 minutes of a long night. But it was just an evening where I was doing, last night, just a ton of crap to do. If you saw my yesterday's video, it was just a cluster truck. At least my life was just yesterday, just one stupid thing after another. Anyway, that kind of continued, and I will say that yesterday I ended up doing, again, it was garbage night. Thursday nights are garbage night, and again, I'm still working on this thing where I need to basically consolidate and get rid of stuff as I'm getting closer to some kind of change in life situation. And, again, it was another full trash can, and I'm going to put up a picture actually just at the top of the trash can this time, and you can see in there kind of a combination of different things there. See that little truck toy? That came from like a county fair, like the Monomoth County Fair in like probably the late 90s or early 2000s at some point. I have all sorts of random little souvenir things that, I mean, haven't done anything with that truck in 20 years, so that tin of butter cookies in there. So during the holiday season of like 21 into 22, my mom bought a couple of these big tins of these butter cookies over at Costco, and brought them for me. And we had this ongoing joke that, you know, she will decide when the next tin of butter cookies gets open, so that, like, Dad and I wouldn't eat them all when he came visiting. And, well, that particular tin that was in that trash can picture was the one that was sitting in there, well, was one of those from the 2021 holiday season. And that one was in there when Well, another family member of hers in Alaska had a stroke. And Mom flew up there to help with that situation. And while she was up there, Dad had his stroke, and that changed everything. We never got to the point where Mom said the word that we could open that tin of cookies, and again, just so last night there it went. And unfortunately, it's just another indication that, or as I'm getting closer to just making a lot of hard choices, a lot of the other stuff that filled up that trash can was, like food items. Still perishable food items like the cookies and various other things that were in there, and I've reached the point where pretty much all of the perishable type of food items from when they were still able to come over here have now been thrown away. The last group really went out this time. And most of the the out-of-date bathroom stuff, the health and beauty stuff from in the last couple of weeks, you probably recall my talking about those things. So now we're reaching the next phase where we're going to start needing to make actually some tough decisions rather than just looking at expiration dates. It's been easy. A lot of the throwing away so far, but now it gets into a lot more decision making, like, which memories do we want to save? And that truck being a silly one, but it's a good indication because there's a lot of stuff around here that, arguably, there's no real good reason to keep it. But on the other hand, memories. Like memories of that fair that I went to with Dad. Don't have space for everything, and that little PG truck was kind of indicative of it, and yeah. So I just realized that this chair behind me has a not a good look. Several different clothing items still stacked on top of there. I oftentimes joke when I'm at work and customers I like buying clothes that I'm not somebody who does clothing folding, and instead when you want to take something off, just drape it on a chair, and if the chair fills up, you just buy a new chair, right? Anyway, I didn't realize that I had called myself out with that in frame so much, but yeah, there it is. Anyway, so I ended up doing an 8-hour accounting office shift on 3 hours of sleep. I'd love to say it went particularly well. It didn't. I was pretty much a zombie all day. And luckily, everything was in balance and everything, so I didn't have to think too hard. But yeah. I mentioned a couple of months back a really weird technical glitch. And this is something that is absolutely a glitch. Can't really get into the details of it. Same exact thing. Almost exact same glitch that I mentioned in a few months back happened again. And got to spend some time with tech support on that one because this is a weird thing that one of those kind of unknown things that they haven't seen before. But anyway, so dealt with that. Then with the Domino's, went and got Domino's again. Still working on costs a lot, and when I am doing eating out stuff, it tends to be fairly cheap, or at least cheaper type of stuff. And Domino's fits the bill. Wasn't particularly impressed with today's Domino's, to be perfectly honest. Cheesy bread. Domino's cheesy bread is like thick and whatnot, not like flat like this. But, oh well. Save myself a few calories, I guess. Because, didn't do the gym today because being dead arse tired. Alright, speaking of tired, going to be going to bed here shortly. Accounting office tomorrow. Have a great one. See you tomorrow, guys, and ciao for now.